The world of academia styles is a family of aesthetics that rose to popularity in the late 2010s and early 2020s. They draw inspiration from stories centered on school life and intellectual circles, and found their footing in online fandoms, most notably around Donna Tartt's novel The Secret History, as well as films like Kill Your Darlings and Dead Poets Society. At its core, academia isn't about being an actual scholar or devoting your life to academia. Instead, it's about romanticizing the university experience, the pursuit of knowledge, and that moody intellectual atmosphere. It's less about what happens in real classrooms and more about the vibe. Late nights reading by candlelight, wandering through old libraries, and the outfits that go with it. On the internet, these styles grew through mood boards, playlists, and fashion inspiration posts. People would share photos of tweed blazers, post playlists to study with, or create scenes that feel like you're living in an old novel. And from there, a whole range of academia sub-styles branched out, each one putting its own spin on the romance of learning and culture. Dark academia is all about a love of knowledge and learning, often imagined against the backdrop of prestigious universities like Oxford and Cambridge in the UK, or the Ivy League schools in the United States. It's tied to the dream of studying the classics, spending time with a small circle of friends who share the same passion for books and intellectual conversations. The popularity of the Harry Potter series added yet another layer of mystery to universities with roots in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. The dark in dark academia doesn't just describe the moody color palette, but also the themes in the literature and media that inspire it. Stories filled with manipulation, betrayal, and rebellion. The playlists often lean toward classical music, once associated with elite culture, but in practice, it can cover a variety of music genres. From strings to piano, most of them shared an introspective, melancholic mood. Visually, dark academia is marked by deep tones: black, dark brown, tan, dark green, burgundy, and gray. People in this aesthetic like to imagine themselves wandering through a scholar's study or a forgotten library, surrounded by vintage furniture, stacks of antique books, and the flicker of candlelight. When it comes to fashion, dark academia tends to draw from vintage academic style: tweed blazers, sweaters, pleated skirts, turtlenecks, and other pieces that give off the feel of an old university setting. Altogether, it's a mix of intellectualism, mystery, and a touch of melancholy. Light academia is seen as the softer, more optimistic sibling of dark academia. It emerged as a gentler response to dark academia's intensity and melancholy, drawing inspiration from works like Anne of Green Gables and Little Women, which highlight warmth, friendship, and the simple pleasures of academic life. At its core, it embraces curiosity, motivation, and the joy of learning. The aesthetic tends to favor a lighter color palette: beige, cream, light brown. Its imagery often shows cozy study spaces bathed in natural light, filled with statues, candles, framed photos, board games, and record players. Fashion is also central. Light trench coats, cozy cardigans, pleated skirts, loafers, or soft knit sweaters all capture the academic and approachable vibe. From light academia, new variations have also grown, most notably pastel academia. Think of it as academia with a cotton candy filter, creates a dreamy, playful atmosphere that makes learning feel even more whimsical. Romantic academia feels very close to light academia, but focusing on love, longing, and lust. It takes inspiration from 1990s and early 2000s film adaptations of British novels, especially Jane Austen stories, or books and movies centering on romance within university settings. The color palette is soft and dreamy: beige, cream, tan, soft pink, and green. Decor often includes flower bouquets, love letters, porcelain teacups, and delicate details like lace, pearls, and bows. A typical romantic academia scene might be sitting in a sunlit room with a notebook in hand, writing poetry on vintage paper with romantic music drifting in from another room. It's about mixing the intellectual side of academia with a deep sense of passion and beauty. Chaotic academia is kind of the messy cousin of dark or light academia. Instead of the polished, romanticized idea of university life, it shows the other side of studying, which embraces the stress, frustration, and disorganized habits that come with it. Think cluttered dorm rooms, piles of books stacked everywhere, and notebooks scattered across the desk. The vibe is about handing in homework at the last minute, skipping classes, spacing out in class, constantly losing pens or notes, or staying up late. But chaotic academia isn't about being lazy. It's about admitting that studying doesn't always look neat or perfect. You can still love what you're learning without sticking to rigid routines or a picture-perfect aesthetic. Academic life can be stressful, unruly, or even a little rebellious. In short, chaotic academia is about embracing both the passion and the chaos of student life, and reminding yourself that it's fine to enjoy learning while just being yourself. Green academia is the branch of the academia aesthetic that centers on earth sciences, with a focus on fields like botany, ecology, and natural history. Its palette is dominated by soft, organic shades of green, brown, and beige. The aesthetic's key elements include nature journals filled with sketches and notes, plant pressings, fungi, feathers, fossils, and lanterns. Unlike other academia styles that often take place indoors, green academia frequently unfolds outdoors, in forests, greenhouses, and archaeological sites. It's about embracing the wonder of the natural world through study, discovery, and a deep connection to the environment. Science academia, also known as STEM academia, captures the intellectual spirit of disciplines like mathematics, physics, chemistry, astronomy, microbiology, anatomy, and physiology. Its settings often include laboratories filled with microscopes, specimens, scientific diagrams, chalkboards, and planet models. The color palette leans toward earthy tones: midnight blue, forest green. You can imagine yourself immersed in reading and annotating books, solving complex equations, or carefully studying a specimen under the microscope. This aesthetics embraces curiosity, discovery, and the pursuit of knowledge in the sciences, making it both rigorous and inspiring. Art academia is all about bringing the beauty and curiosity of the art studio into everyday life. Picture warm, earthy color schemes: brown, cadmium yellow, ivory white, tones that feel like they've stepped right out of an old sketchbook. The decor is simple yet inspiring: artworks, plaster busts, pigment tubes and brushes, notes with sketches. Fashion in this aesthetic is relaxed but creative: linen shirts smudged with charcoal, corduroy pants, oversized sweaters, and aprons with paint stains that tell their own stories. The charm of art academia lies in romanticizing the process of creating. It's less about polished perfection, but more about the beauty of sketches, studies, and experiments. It celebrates curiosity, imagination, and the magical journey of making art. Perfect for anyone who dreams of living inside museums, artist studios, or an art academy. Theater academia takes the moody, intellectual vibe of dark academia and combines it with the dramatic flair of theater culture. While dark academia feels more inward and reflective, theater academia is all about performance, expressive, emotional, and larger than life. Its inspiration comes straight from the stage. Shakespeare's tragedies, Oscar Wilde's witty plays, and the Gothic romance of the Phantom of the Opera. These works bring themes of obsession, unrequited love, and the haunting presence of the theater itself. Picture dimly lit stages, the shadowy corners of backstage, and the echo of classical music or opera drifting through the air. The visuals lean heavily on bold, theatrical colors: gold, burgundy, black, brown, and ivory. Visual cues include chandeliers, playbills, costumes and masks, vanity mirrors, and sheet music. While the fashion embraces rich fabrics like velvet coats, flowing scarves, ruffled blouses, and tailored waistcoats. Altogether, the vibe is elegant, passionate, and steeped in theatrical drama.